On the repair list today is the spring drum. The spring inside the drum is broken. So the first thing we'll do is we'll depress the figures lever, which moves the carriage and the mechanism forward, and then we'll lock that in place. And what that'll do is that'll give us enough room to take this spring drum off. So I'll take it off and then I'll take it apart. So I'm taking off the screw and the washer. The spring drum should just come right off. And there it is. Okay, we're taking the top off. Now this particular procedure has been shown quite a few times on YouTube. Phoenix Typewriter, that gentleman did it quite well. Along with a lot of other videos he does. Dwayne does a really good job with it. If you have a chance, go over to Phoenix Typewriter, his YouTube site. It's pretty interesting. All right, so now we're going to take the top off, and it comes off really easy. This spring here, this part of the spring, connects right there. And what happens is through years of coiling and uncoiling, that spring right here gets some tension in it and it just breaks off. So we'll fix that. Everybody does it a little bit different way, but I like to pull the spring out so I have a little room to work, and it's really easy to get it back in once you get it out. It looks a little scarier than it actually is. There it goes. What I'm doing right now is just heating up the metal to soften it. Should do it. Give it a minute to cool, and then I'll bend it into the shape that I need it to be, and then we'll reinstall that. So the goal here is right at the tip is to have a bend and then a flat spot to slide through the shaft. So I'll just grab the smallest little bit of the end, and I'll tap it with a hammer to give it that bend, and then we'll go from there. Well, after a little bit of work, a little bit of time, see this center coil here? I straightened that out a little bit so I could, you saw me earlier heating this, so then I could make this bend. And I did that with a pair of needle nose pliers. And then at the tip, I just took a hammer needle nose pliers and I tapped it into I was going for a 90-degree angle. That's about a, if I were to guess, that's about a 60. I went through and I tightened up this coil again. So now we're ready to put the spring back in the spring drum. Okay. And what you want to have is the spring slide right in that little slot. Should just slide right in there. Because the problem is, if it doesn't, there's that screw that goes right in here, and you don't want to open that shaft up so the threads don't catch. One last screw for the top. And then we'll put the final screw on. Okay, washer goes on. Now that should slide on pretty easily. It does. It is a bit of a tight fit, but it shouldn't be real hard. Now occasionally, if I quit bumping the camera here, occasionally that screw will be gone. It's not essential to have it on there, but it does keep this spring drum a little more secure. Well, now that we've repaired the spring inside the spring drum, let's put on a draw cord. There we go. And if you'd like more details on installing a draw cord, I have another video. Please look for that on my page. I think that might be helpful for you. Now, this is the number 6, and the 5s and 6s are very similar, and they didn't come with a pigtail that the cord goes through. Didn't come out with that until the number 9. The 9 is very similar to a 5, and the 9's in the video. So now all we do is we put the hook on the rest and set the tension there, and the job is done.